This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
We do that, Grier did what he was supposed to do. Say nothing, pretty much. And in saying nothing, he was able to do a couple of things that I think were productive, actually, for the Miami Dolphins. First of all, he talked about how they haven't set up their board yet, okay? So let's get into that on setting up the board. And, when he was asked about that and talking about the quarterbacks, and, we haven't done everything, and by Monday or Tuesday, we'll have the board set, and then we're ready for Thursday. There's a couple of layers to all of this that you got to understand, and I love this. First of all, let's get into the media stuff, okay? Because, you know what, now that I got to write something down before I forget that I heard this morning that I need to rip somebody for later on. But anyway, so he hasn't set up the board, right? And it's believable, actually, because people might be scrambling to find information. Now, don't think that, okay, we haven't set up our board means that we haven't actually done all our homework on Tua and on Herbert and all of that. No, that's not what it means, actually. I'm pretty sure they've done most of their homework on that already because that's the number 5 pick, right? It's total quarterbacks that they've got to get all the information. And that's where you got to look at it and say, okay, now I understand what he's saying. Because it makes a lot of sense if you're still getting information on Jake Fromm, if you're still getting information on Jalen Hurts, on Kevin Davidson, on Shea Patterson, I don't care, Jake Luton, a kid from Oregon State, that's an interesting project. There are guys that you want to find out about, and you need to find out all their information, and you're trying to track down their trainers, and you're trying to track down different people that are around them, from high school to college coaches. So I can see where scouts are still working the phones and trying to get the proper information to then make your list and say, all right, this guy, and, this is number 1, and this is number 41, that kind of stuff. And the other part of it, and I don't know if a lot of people look into this, but I do because I'm on the other side. I'm on the media side. So I know how the media works. And the media will sensationalize and will try to clickbait anything that you do say. And by him yesterday saying, well, we don't have our board yet, that's also leaving it all out there like, okay, they don't know what they're doing yet. They don't know what direction they're going in. We can't assume as media. Now, you come out and say, our board is done. We know who we want. Dolphins have made their mind. Headlines. Chris Grier, GM, knows exactly who he wants. Speculation starts. Can't speculate when you don't know. Can't speculate when you say, we haven't made our list yet. It's interesting. And so that's why when I saw him take that approach, I looked at it and I said, smart. Leave it all in gray. Because, look, one of the things that I'm sitting there going, do you think that Chris Grier doesn't know where the hell he's going already at 5? He knows. He knows he wants this player at 5. And if this player's not there and he's gone, he knows number 2 who he wants. And number 3 who he wants. He has a backup plan to a backup plan. He knows exactly who he wants. That part is so far and away that part, I'm telling you, was BS. he knows what he wants. He has to know by now. They've done enough work, especially on the top guys. Now, have they gathered everything about everybody? No. I can see that because they haven't been able to finish all the interviews. They didn't get to do all their trips. They didn't get to do all the pro days. Because remember, when a scout walks into a university for a pro day, okay, he works out all of the Wisconsin players. But then he goes to the trainers and he talks to the assistant coaches and he talks to teachers and he talks to whoever he can get that has seen these players or whatever. Some guys might even talk to their friends. Might track down a friend. You just never, these guys, you just never know. Some of them are really good at tracking down. Because if the person is kind of a questionable character or maybe a personal type of, an introvert or something like, you want to find out as much as you can. So you might ask teachers, some of these scouts will go deep to find out how, hey, they say he's quirky. Well, let's find out how quirky he is. They say he's moody. Well, let's find out how moody is he. Is he moody with all the people around him? That kind of stuff. So all these little things they didn't get to do. And so now they got to try to track people down and try to ask them questions about certain players. So I can see them while they're still trying to gather information leading up to Tuesday. But at number 5, I'm like 99.9% sure that the Dolphins know exactly what they want at number 5. And we don't know what it is. That we're going to find out.